Hello everyone, hope you're having a good start to the week. As always, if I have an unusually good thrift store morning, I come on here and show you what I found. And today was great. Definitely no exception to the rule of great finds. I have a few Commodore 64 stuff that it's definitely going to be more, for parts, whatever, but I got all three big pieces for a total of $5. So for $5, that's well worth grabbing. A console missing some of the backing, doesn't have the power cord or the power brick or anything like that. So, but that is all a good find. And then the matching color printer system. This has the power cord and stuff, and this is in much better condition. And then we also have the floppy drive, this big beast. Clean off the top there a little bit, but seems to be otherwise in pretty good condition. Just a little bit of yellowing and some marks, but should clean up. So I got all three pieces. The printers, this is really cool. I haven't seen one of these before. All three of those together for $5. So that was really good, because in the bargain room, to try and combat the new pricing scheme, the managers have pretty much been like, if you find something that's really heavy and over a certain weight, it's just $5. Otherwise, people find something, a really heavy book or something, and it's just crazy prices. So for $5 for all three of those, that was a great find to start the morning. That was one of the first things that I found when I went in there, and then I found an unusual number of technology-related things. And again, they were all kind of for parts repair stuff, but for the bargain room prices, I mean, it was for everything I got here in total today in the bargain room was like $20. So just crazy. So to move on from that, found a Genesis Model 2. Again, decent condition. Didn't have any of the cables or anything. I did find one controller, a ProPad 6 with it, so that I can test it out because I have Genesis and I can parts and things, but otherwise missing the cables. But even has the little cover here for where you put the Sega CD. So that was a cool find in there. One N64 controller. Seems to be in pretty good condition. Sometimes the wires are pretty chewed up or whatever, but this is like fine condition again. All this was super cheap. And then another 4 parts thing, I found an N64. That was an unusual find. I don't know why it's missing on the inside. Doesn't have the expansion pack or the the booster pack, whatever the heck that was called, the red thing went there for the RAM expansion. But it's missing the original jump pack that you need to use the console. So I don't have an extra jump pack or anything like that, so definitely it's going to be more of a 4 parts thing, but it did have the power brick, it had the AV cables, it had a beat up old memory card, one controller. It's an off-brand, as you can see there's no Nintendo label, but that can go with it as well. So some interesting 4 part stuff, all really cheap, and I found a whole bunch more for that cheap price tag as well, not just all of those technology things. These are all really cool and fun to kind of clean up, and well worth the trip by themselves. I can't believe I found all this stuff. As far as like 4 parts electronics, junk stuff, definitely going to make some money on those. I found one really good in the box Garfield, the Night Watch Cat Christmas ornament. Garfield stuff is like weirdly popular still. There's even like a Garfield party game, like Mario Party game came out for like PS4 or PS5 recently. It's weird. Garfield is not one of those things that I would think would be as popular as it is still. And in with the N64 stuff, there were 2 games. The South Park game, one of the better of the South Park games, but most of them are pretty bad, and a classic, Gauntlet Legends. Played the heck out of this in the arcades, and I have the Dreamcast version, which is kind of a fusion of this and what would come with Gauntlet Dark Legacy. It has some of those levels, so I really that's my favorite version of Gauntlet because it's like both together. But yeah, Gauntlet Legends, the N64 version. One VHS, we have The Happiest Millionaire. I've had the novelization of this, just a random book I found once, sitting up in the store forever, so I'm going to put the VHS tape that I found for nothing up there with it. A vintage Lion-O figure. He definitely has some damage and discoloration. I wouldn't have picked him up if it wasn't bargain room when he was like 10 cents. So, but for 10 cents to add just on top of this, okay. One PS3 game, Infamous 2. Nothing spectacular, but hey, I don't find video games very often, at all. So Infamous 2 for the PlayStation 3. One bicentennial 1776 ashtray from the Pennsylvania Railroad. Interesting find. Bicentennial stuff was like crazy for a little while. Then we have a couple of book finds, not a whole lot. Relic Master, and StarCraft 2, Heaven's Devils. So that was all in the bargain room. I mean, just nuts for what I left the whole cart for. Oh, just crazy. I think just Commodore printer, by itself should probably pay for everything. So that was really good. Went into the main room, not a lot had changed because I'd actually been there on Saturday. I usually don't go on the weekend. Kind of regret going on the weekend. Didn't find a whole lot, and it's usually insanely busy. Not a lot moved around, but I found one thing, and I was very, very excited. I found the Twilight Zone, the complete series on DVD, and this is the version that I wanted to get for the complete series, because I have a bunch of the Twilight Zone in different forms, but I really wanted this complete series box set. Everything's in there for just a compact way of having the entire set. I have a bunch of like Blu-rays and other DVD sets and things like that, but I've really, really wanted this one. I've been on the lookout for it for a while, so that is really, really cool. Having all 5 seasons of that original Twilight Zone series. This is the set that I wanted. It was all in there, and a nice little compact set. So that was a great find that I had to grab from the regular room. That was it for this morning. Hope you guys are having a great week. And we're on the hunt now for PlayStation 5. We've been talking about that. I know a lot of people have been finding it now a little more frequently out in the wild. A lot of people got it for the holidays. So we're we got our controllers. Like we've been watching our videos for Man of Christmas, and I got my controller and games and things like that. So we've been kind of gearing up, and now we're looking to join the PlayStation 5 family soon. So hopefully, you see us talk about that system in the near future. In the meantime, no matter what, I know we're going to do our annual update for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch collection, because those are the two we've really been focusing on or collecting on, as retro games have kind of gotten beyond the point that I'm willing to spend money on, because those are big things, and Amanda's especially huge on the PS4. We've been doing that the past couple years. Have an update video for that, and I didn't think we were doing it, but Amanda wants to. We will do another, probably to beginning of February, update on our entire Blu-ray collection. I've done that a few years in a row, and we're just kind of waiting because there's a gorgeous Yu Yu Hakusho set coming within a few weeks, and a couple of Warner Archive releases as well. And so I figured we might as well, instead of doing that and those come out then right there, we're going to wait for those to come out and then add those and do that. That's going to be a heck of a video. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I like doing them. It's just I didn't think we were doing it this year because it's kind of gotten huge. We're actually winding down to there aren't that many Blu-rays that are out currently that we want. That's really, really cool, but that'll be fun. And so Amanda will be joining me for those, and hope you've been finding great stuff if you're out thrifting, enjoying some new video games, and getting a good start to the new year, and I'll see you around.